I absolutely agree. With everything that you've said, but I'll distill it down to 2 points: the education system and then the criminal justice system. I think it would be a absolute blessing to both of those institutions to have some form of psychology, psychological understanding that is employed to, number one, educate us kids so we understand
Right.
that, whatever is happening to us is not our fault, and help us process it.
Right.
My goodness, how incredible that would be. And then getting it on the backside for those that we couldn't reach, to reform them and reintegrate them into society.
Right.
And I've got to assume, and I'm wondering if you agree with me about this, if we did those things, that the homeless population in this country would shrink exponentially. Do you agree with that?
I agree, and I mean, I definitely agree, because, well, for many reasons. Because we have a throwaway part of our population. There's people we've just thrown away, whether they're poor or they're in a marginalized community, whether racially or gender wise or their religious orientation or whatever. There's people that we as a society have not really embraced as our equals. And if you've read anything about, what it's like to grow up that way, and I've read so many books. I like to read autobiographies, and especially, of people who have made it out, because they're usually the ones who write the books, right?
Right.
But
Again, we
there's
love those stories.
we love those stories, but there's also people just writing about what it's like to be Black in America today, where discrimination is still alive and well. What's it like to grow your children up, where you're afraid they could be killed just because of the color of their skin? And that's alive and well.
Is it real? Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing.
I, that just, as someone who would never look at a person's skin color to judge them, and or think less of them, as a person that would never do that, it's just so difficult for me to imagine that that kind of negativity still exists in this country
Oh
to this
yeah.
day. It's just flabbergasting. And I'm not marginalizing anyone's experience or life. I'm just letting you know that there's good people out there that
Oh,
won't do
absolutely.
that to you, won't
Right.
judge you like that.
Right.